Does your faculty job require you to publish and you don't even know where to start? I didn't know either, and I still earned tenure and promotion. Hi, I'm Kimberly, a faculty success coach. On this channel, we explore strategies and processes to help you achieve success in academia, whatever that looks like to you. Today, I'm taking you behind the scenes in how I launched my faculty scholarly agenda. By the end of this video, I hope you'll be inspired to get started wherever you are with any ideas you already have available to you so that you can be on your way to publishing. Faculty jobs expect you to publish scholarly work, even if it's not explicitly required in your job description. For example, if you're a lecturer or an instructor, if you want to move institutions or move into a tenure track position, you're going to be expected to publish. Even if you don't want to move into those other types of positions, you might still be expected to publish, even if it's not in your formal job description and even if it's not required. When I first started in academia, I was a full-time faculty member in a non-tenure track role. I knew I wanted a tenure track position because I wanted the stability that offered over a grant-funded position. To be considered for a tenure track job, I knew that I needed to show a record of publishing or at least attempting to publish some scholarly work in my field. In my field of American Sign Language and English interpreting, a master's degree, at least back then, was all you needed to get tenure and promotion. These days, some tenure track jobs still allow faculty with a master's degree to hold those positions, but they still have the same expectations as someone with a doctoral degree. Other positions do require a doctorate, but that doesn't mean you're going to feel fully prepared for what you need to do. Let me know in the comments if you started out how I did. I had a master's degree and a desire to teach. That put me in a position that meant I needed to figure out what scholarly publishing was and what faculty life was all about. When I first got started, I read a book by Robert Boyce about being a faculty member. And what I found out is that it's pretty uncommon to come into a faculty position with a master's degree. And it was pretty uncommon to not already have a dissertation that you could then launch your scholarly publishing career from. After I read that book, I dug into another book called Scholarship Reconsidered to figure out what scholarship even meant when people were talking about it in my department. At that time, I had a master's in linguistics, and I had written some papers in other graduate courses, and I had written a master's thesis in my field of sociolinguistics and code switching. I had the data, I had information, and I even had faculty members who told me, you should publish this work. But I had no idea what to do or how to even start publishing that work. And at that time, I wasn't enrolled in a doctoral program, so I didn't have anyone else to ask. That means that when it was time for me to start publishing, I started with simple projects. Things that I saw published in other places that were not necessarily even peer-reviewed, but I was just trying to get my foot in the door, get used to writing something, and go through the submission process. So for example, I published in my newsletters for local professional organizations as well as national professional organizations. I wrote review articles for resources that we had in my institution's outreach library. After I published those few things, I also began working with a colleague to publish my first peer-reviewed article. We co-authored that article, and it was key to my success in understanding how the peer review publishing process works and how long it can take, which, just for the record, can be years from submission to finally published article. So to get started in my scholarly journal, I started small newsletter articles just to get experience and to build my confidence. I presented at conferences about things that I had written in newsletter articles and about my own experiences and some of the information that I had gleaned from doing literature reviews during my graduate studies for my master's program. I co-authored. This was key to me getting started in publishing, and I continue to use co-authoring as a strategy. I love it because you get to work with colleagues that you enjoy spending time with, and they help keep you accountable to keep a project moving and don't let it slide off onto the back burner. Another strategy I've used is to continue reading articles in my field or in related fields. I also just love to read books in general, so anytime I'm reading, I'm always getting ideas for things that I could potentially pursue to write an article, or to conduct a full research study about. So each thing that I published, each presentation I did, I gained confidence in how the process worked and that people really did want to hear what I had to say. In my annual evaluation documents, even though I wasn't in a tenure track position, I was recognized for going above and beyond what was required and for making progress. It wasn't the most amazing publication ever, but I was showing an interest and I was showing commitment to continuing to publish information. Shortly after I started that position, I entered a doctoral program, and in there I was able to build skills and knowledge to produce more sophisticated scholarship. Another thing that I was able to get from that program was a little bit of guidance on when I finished a project for a class, how I could turn that into published work or professional presentations. If nothing else, I hope what you take from this video is that it's okay if you don't know everything when you're just getting started. None of us do, even those people who seem like they've got it all together. So just get started wherever you are to build your confidence and knowledge around scholarly publishing. Start with what you know now. Work with colleagues to help you get projects moving forward and get your first publishing done. If you like this video, you're going to love the next one where I share some ideas that are going to get you started on your publishing path. I'm going to share how to even come up with ideas for what you might want to write about or present about. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe for more content. Keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.